So LinkedIn, right? We all know that about 2 or 3 weeks ago, LinkedIn launched this thing where you could report any post as being AI slop. If you see a post and you think it was like this low substance, low effort post, there's a button you can click and say, this is AI slop. Okay, well, here's the thing. Now LinkedIn has reported that over 1 million people have reported posts as AI slop. This is directly from their chief product officer, Harry Sirvincian. I completely screwed up saying that person's name, regardless. But their chief product officer shared that this has now been reported 1 million times. Now, here's the stat that kind of blows my mind. And I don't know if this is reality. I'm not seeing it on my feed. But according to the chief product officer, overall content that LinkedIn defines as AI slop is now seeing 40% fewer views than just a few weeks ago. I don't know. Maybe that's like worded in a certain way, whatever that means, 40% fewer views, because I'm still seeing a lot of AI slop. But what do I know? I'm glad it's heading in the right direction, not the wrong direction. I'm slop. I'm just not AI slop. Well, I don't know. I'm just who knows what I am. Anyway, this was also super interesting to me. Did you see Aura? You know, Aura ring, the ring thing that people wear. So Aura is facing a lawsuit accusing a class action lawsuit accusing it of misleading consumers about its sleep tracking accuracy. So this just got filed in San Francisco, and it alleges that Oura rings are literally unable to measure any of the physiological signals needed to assess sleep quality or determine sleep stages or any of that stuff. And instead, they're actually using AI generated estimates that have a coin flip chance of being correct, according to the complaint. And this is a problem for Oura Ring, because Oura Ring actually is out there in their marketing saying that they have a 95% sleep staging accuracy. And that's the whole thing. You get this Oura Ring, so when you're sleeping, you know how you're doing. So this is pretty wild to see what happens there. So some new data came out on the email side that might be worth testing. You're like, I'm not going to do that, but it couldn't be easier to try. And everything's always about testing. So World Data Research just came out with some data last week talking about subject lines. Okay. Now, forever, people are like, oh, your subject line should be less than 50 characters or whatever nonsense the best practices that's out there. Who cares about that? This is actually interesting. So, did you know 7% of email subject lines have less than 15 characters, right? So 7% of subject lines in your promotional emails have really short subject lines. Now, here's the kicker. The data is now showing that subject lines that are written with less than 15 characters have an open rate increase of over 15% as compared to standard subject lines. So those really short subject lines, the reason they stand out and they work is there's so much white space, okay, in the person's scroll when they're scrolling through their inbox. If you've never tested like a 2-word subject line, you really should think about that, because just by doing that, you can get a boost. Now, here's the weird thing. On the flip side, and this is one nobody's going to test, but I've tested, I'm going to tell you why it works. Only 4% of email subject lines have more than 75 characters in the subject line. That's including spaces. Only 4% are really long, have over 75 characters. Now, subject lines that are written with more than 75 characters actually have an open rate increase of over 19%. You're like, why would something at over 75 characters do so well? And here's the thing. It actually gets cut off, right? If you write the craziest long subject line, it does get cut off. Whatever you're trying to say does get cut off. But the reason it tends to work is that it fills the whole thing, right? It stands out. Your subject line stands out because it fills the whole thing, right? And so it's this idea of standing out. It's not even so much about what you're saying, but it's that millisecond pause you can get somebody to do in their inbox, and they're going to see, whoa, I don't see subject lines like this. They're going to say in their subconscious. They're not going to look at it and be like, that's awesome. But if you've never tested a subject line that is so long that it purposely cuts off, it's something that's out there that you can try that's kind of interesting. So another thing that's interesting is ChatGPT, their advertising program is rolling out big this week. ChatGPT advertising hits 31 more European markets. Okay. So that's a big deal. And already marketers have done over $1 billion in terms of an annualized run rate in terms of ads on the ChatGPT platform. So if you've not tested ads on ChatGPT, this is rolling out now to a ton of European markets this week.